So the current issue is that it trips my breaker. I assume from the GFCI because there's 100 ohms of resistance across the neutral and live. And that's probably just these transformers. So I'm gonna open it up. It looks like there's 4 screws on this side and there's probably another 4 on the other side. And then figure out how to disconnect that. I should be able to get a good look at everything. So this pressurized part has come off fairly easy. Some sort of connector here goes to, I assume, resistors. And there's this. I don't know what it is, maybe a temperature. And this came off. So I'm gonna give it a little clean, put it back on. Looks like we're at about 21 PSI. I've put that piece of plastic back on. And here we have the motherboard, or whatever you want to call it. And I don't see any obvious capacitors or resistors between neutral and ground. There's these, maybe. Everything looks good. Hopefully it works. This is the connector. It has a locking mechanism. So what I'm doing is I was putting this on resistance, and then I'd go between ground and live, or ground and neutral, let that sit for a bit, and then go to voltage. And you can see that there's actually voltage being held between ground and live and ground and neutral. And maybe it's these. I don't see anything else that looks like it would be doing that. So I might take this board off and have a look at it. Looks like it's only held in by these 4 nuts. Alright, I'm pretty sure these are actually fuses. But it's weird, they go across the input to the transformer. And they're not a short circuit. I don't know. Well, I can't find anything wrong with it. So I'm just going to put it back together and then power it up ungrounded with a fan in series. I've got it plugged in, going through the fan. For ground, I just did that. Good enough, I think. I'm gonna plug it in. Hopefully nothing actually explodes. Okay, there's a light. It has 108 volts AC going into it. Limited by this, of course. I believe that relay in there, little flat thing. Oh. Right there. Actually works. There's a little switch here. Watch when I flip it. Yeah, the relay's actually going. Nothing looks like it blew up in there. Good. I've grounded it a little better using a 40 kilo ohm resistor. And now you can see there's 109 volts between the ground of this and hot, and 16 between Grounded this in neutral. I'm gonna check what voltage is coming into here. 109. I'm gonna connect about 20 volts to the input, and I'll have a look with my oscilloscope at the anode plus cathode output, and we should see maybe 1 or 2 millivolts on the oscilloscope with a 20 volt input. Well, I tried with 20 volts and I couldn't see anything. It's probably just too low of an input. I have it directly plugged in, and it didn't trip the breaker or anything, so I don't know why it tripped it that one time. Okay, so I have everything hooked up to some high voltage here. It's probably around 10 kV, a little more. So hopefully nothing's wrong with it and it works, otherwise this might cause some issues. I think it works. Something's sparking over there. Yeah, I think that works. I'm gonna try to isolate that a little better. Okay, so if 1 volt equals 20 kilovolts, let's put this to half a volt per division. Okay, it went up about 1 division, so that's 10 kilovolts. And I can increase it. Kind of. Okay, so something here is sparking. Oh well, that's not an issue. But that's why it looks so bad. Like it keeps, yeah, look at that. Oh. Okay, so 0, 10 kilovolt. Yeah. I'm not gonna get very good results with this sparking going on. But so far it looks like the volt measure thing works. And I'll have to test the current measuring sometime.